And as I understand it, you should be able to see the entire thing from when the chat was open to when it's closed. And that you can like scroll back and say, okay, this question, and this question were answered. I need to make sure I ask about this.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, but so let me make sure. I'll ask Beth McCoy about that. That's our D2L guru. Because this is a new thing I'm trying. Because I think that way it'll be more interactive. And then if you're home and you just got home from work or whatever, you can still look at what has been done, and you can still benefit from those virtual office hours whenever you need them. Make sense? Okay. Any other questions about that part? Okay. Next thing with Vistas. Everybody has their codes. They've all you've enrolled. You've started doing your stuff. Yes. Hopefully. Hopefully you're ashamed and you don't tell me if you haven't. Okay, so let's look at your site. Now, always your assignments are going to appear over here. Okay, this is whether you're an online class, regular class, whatever. Okay, but this is a mix from two tabs. Okay, a mix from this practice tab and the WebStamp tab. Now, the only difference between these tabs for you guys are the way they're going to be graded. You will receive a grade for both of them. They'll be separate grades. Okay, the practice grade will be a completion grade. You do everything, you get a completion grade. That's fine. The WebSam, however, you'll receive a numerical grade. And here's the reason why. When you go to the practice, it's what's in the book. And the reason you're assigning that is because you're not in class to do that. And that way you get immediate feedback, and you can figure out, okay, do I get this or do I not understand it? Because if you don't understand it, you need to email me. You need to come to office hours, go to Action Tutoring, look at the tutorials here on Vistas, something. So that way you can practice, and as long as you've done the work, you get credit for it. And it gives you an indicator right then whether you're doing well or not. And then at that time, you can proceed to do the homework, which you'll receive a numerical grade for. You only have 5 times to try, so that way you already kind of have a gauge. Now, again, with this WebSam, and all you have to do to see them separate, as opposed to right here, is just click on it and then go to that lesson. Okay, so for lesson 8, you'll click on it, and everything with the due date, those are the assigned items. Okay, and then if you've attempted them, then it'll say here on the status. And the same thing when you go to the WebSam tab. It'll show you everything, whether you've done it, whether you haven't done it, all that stuff. Now, same thing with the WebSam. You're going to get 5 tries. So if you do the first, say, 3 tries, and you have no idea why you didn't get it right, email me. And when you email me, write the title. It's 8.32, and the title of the section is Pretérito. I am having a really hard time with numbers 3 and 4. And I can go into the website and look at your answers and say, okay, you didn't get the whole thing wrong. You just didn't get the whole thing right. Where you're having a problem is with this little thing. Because what I find with students is that they understand some of it, but they kind of got off somewhere. So it's easy to feel with the WebSam defeated, like I just keep getting this wrong over and over again. It's so picky. And it is picky, but it's good for you. So that way you are prepared for your exams, right? Because nobody's going to be able to correct you or say, oh, actually try this thing on the exam, right? So it kind of gives you a gauge. But before you get to that point, again, this is your practice, so make sure you email or you come to office hours or whatever, so I can help you point out, where you went wrong so you can fix it and learn from your mistakes, so that way when you do get to the exam, you're ready to show everything that you've learned that far. Any questions about this so far? No? Okay. Up here, voice boards, this is where we're going to do our oral exercises, unless we do, a few little extra things. Okay, so, I'm not sure where yours show up. Oh, here you go. Voice boards right here over here, on this side. And then it shows when it's been posted. It doesn't give you a due date. You'll have to go with the due date from my email. Okay, anything after that, you can leave to 0. I give you plenty of time. And you just click on it and it'll bring it up. Okay, when you click on it, it's actually really easy, as long as your microphone works, But you just click on whatever it is, and some people have already, done it. So here you just download the little thing. I can't do it on this computer. But it basically has a little record button, and you press it. You talk into the microphone, you press stop. That's it. Now, my computer, and maybe some of y'all's computers as well, sometimes the microphone, if you plug it into the front, This doesn't always recognize it. You have to plug it into the back sometimes if you have a regular tower. Now laptops probably work somewhat differently because there's only one place to plug it in, you know, and if you have a Mac, sometimes you do have to do some compatibility type things, you know, so play with it, and you can always come here to try it, you know, if you don't know what to do or what kind of things to use. The other thing that we're going to do is what's called Wimba Pronto. Okay, has anybody looked at this at all? It's really cool. It's going to complement our, let's see, go back to, if I can, oh, here we go. Just open a new tab for you guys. Okay, Wimba Pronto is kind of like a Yahoo Messenger. Basically, it's a chat where you can talk directly with me in live time. The difference from the chat in D2L is that only you are talking to me. I'm the only one that can see it. It's private. So if you have some questions or concerns and you don't have time to come into office hours, I'll be logged into both. I'll be logged into D2L, I'll be logged into Wimba Pronto. So use Wimba Pronto if you need to ask me a question that you don't really want anybody else to see for whatever reason, that's fine. If you are wanting to add to the discussion and our review and things like that, then go to D2L. And I'll always send out in the reminder in the morning, I'll say, you know, tonight on the chat we're going to talk about this, it'll be from this time to this time, you know, don't forget if you want to hop in, something like that. But always during virtual office hours, I'll be logged into this Wimba Pronto from now on, okay? Questions about that? And it's super easy to download. All you do is go to this download, you know, Pronto client and click on it, and it takes you through step by step. It's super, super user friendly. Okay, any questions about that? No? And with VSIS, another nice thing is anytime you need help, you can always email or call tech support. So if you are like, my computer will not download this stupid Pronto, I do not know what to do, before you call me or email me at midnight and I'm, you know, sleeping or up with a crying baby, do tech support because you'll get there faster, you know, and sometimes I have to refer you to them anyway, so if you just go directly there, it's just faster and more effective for both of us. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, we talked a little bit about the exams. There'll be a window of 5 days. They will be set up in D2L where you log in and take it just like your quizzes. There'll be a time limit, things like that, but you'll have to physically come in and take them here unless you have some physical disability or you live like 80 miles away from Norman, something like that. Okay, so the schedule is this. The first exam will be open from September 21st to 26th. Exam 2 from October 26th to 31st. And then exam 3 from November 16th to the 21st. That way you can get it over with before Thanksgiving. Sounds good, right? Then I can grade it, you can come back and have it ready to go. Another thing to keep in mind, on the exams, like your quizzes, you get an automatic grade, okay? And that's your grade, typically, unless there's an open-ended question. With your exams, that will never be the case. You will always have open-ended sections that I grade. So whatever grade you get is just, you know, the closed responses. So if you have a 26 out of 51, don't freak out. It's not you necessarily, you know, I mean, it could be, but probably all it is the composition or the reading section haven't been graded yet. You got that automatic response, but it's not completely graded, so your grade will go up. So just wait until they're all posted, and if you have